sacrifice and play this game. I done prayed that my life would never be the same. I done prayed that I would make it bring glory to my name.
Outtake. We got what's on the feed. I'm gonna put this in the beginning before we start. Before we start, you know this is the end of the podcast. We just ended. We got what's on the feed. Xavier's gonna show what's on the feed. Ooh, I got my Air Trainer ones right here. These came out 1980s originally. New colorway. I forgot the official name. I call them the peach cobblers. They look like peach cobblers. So I just been saying that so much. That's what they are. All right, we got some more orange. Got my Gatorade Jordan 1s, the orange, they just call orange. But anyway, inspired by Gatorade, you know, Gatorade started University of Florida. So we got that, and then the other shoe, green lace. So y'all know what it is. Alrighty, enjoy the podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. This is another episode of Uncle Strib. It has been a minute since I've had time to do Uncle Strib, but my guy Xavier's in town, so we are here. What up, y'all? How you been, man?
Cool. You know, basics, work, lifting weights, getting hurt.
So, let's go over the weight stuff. How's your training? So, contextually for the people, we have testing tomorrow. We're gonna do the 225 test on bench. That's when you bench press as many reps as you can at 225, and then you're also gonna do
clean and jerk. Trying to at least 225.
Clean and jerk.
Yeah.
Are you just doing just the clean and jerk, or is that anything else?
Just that. I'll do 225 tests also.
So 225 clean jerk, and I'm gonna sell the clean jerk because my shoulders are terrible.
Yeah.
I also haven't been training for it. But it'll be fun. We'll do a little YouTube thing on it because Zach's been working on the gym.
Oh, yeah.
Like he's expanding it kind of. So you know how there's like the gym and then there's that front part. When we took that wall out, and then he's trying to make the whole thing the gym. So
they don't sell the stuff in the front no more?
No, they still will, but it'd just be there's no lobby because I guess people aren't really coming in and sitting down and you know they're taking them to go.
Yeah.
So he's just gonna take that lobby down and make it a gym. So that but people still come in and there's still the bar. So if you still want to come in and sit, you got the bar.
Gotcha.
But we'll do some stuff on that. But so what have you been doing for training?
Oh man, training. So around just June, I started a new program about June. So I was 3 days a week, Olympic lifts only. So I would do Monday. Man, I did the hang clean. I started off with hang clean. I kind of just took out all the hang stuff. So I started off with a full clean and jerk, 5x1, about 80% of max. And then snatch, because it was hang, that's regular snatch. So snatch 3x2 at 75%. Then I had pull-ups back when I was still going to a commercial gym.
Yeah.
I don't do that no more. Kind of a little too bougie for that now, man. God, I feel a little too good, you know. Equipment be a little dirty. So, you know, I was doing that for Monday and back squats, a few stuff like that. And Wednesday I'll come in, flip flop, now it's 3x2, clean and jerk, 5x1 snatch, some loop raises, which, you know, kind of like lateral raise, just like modification.
Mm-hmm.
The Chinese guy who, the big lifter, he does them. And Friday will be like a cool day, just 2 heavy singles. So almost maxing about 95% clean and jerk for 1 rep.
Right.
95% snatch for 1 rep, which, man, Friday I'm beat. These got me like burn. All right, then I do 3x3 clean deadlift. Deadlift from the clean position, which felt a lot different.
Mm-hmm.
So like, all right, I can't lift as much, but trying to get that motion of coming out from that process. So I was like, man, I'm really working on my forearms. I better move big weight, look cool.
Right. Like, yeah.
And then the 225 test, like a month ago, I switched it. Now Tuesdays and Thursdays, I do bench press and squats. So do that in there also.
Okay. I mean, so you say you're going for 225 on the clean and jerk, and that would be a PR.
Yeah.
And then how many are you going for on the bench?
Oh,
Since I know you haven't really been training for it, because I kind of randomly, hey, dude, let's do a, so it's super random, but what's your PR on it?
I think I hit 3 solo.
You think you can match it?
I can match it.
You think so?
I hit 25 once the other day. My shoulder was a little janky. I was like, yeah, I probably got 2 max in me. So I might be able to do 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
You don't train for it. It's tough.
Man, it don't seem like a lot. Like 1 extra rep, like can't be that. Man,
it's 1 extra rep of 225. So instead of, if you do 225 once, the total weight move was 225. If you do 225 twice, total weight's 550 or 450. That's a huge, you know what I'm saying? Total weight move is a huge difference. It's 1 rep. Yeah.
Speaking, man, you seen that trying to do the guy, the Hulk, trying to do that 225 for 100 reps?
Huh?
The big guy.
Big black guy with the beard? Yeah, Hulk. Yeah.
He trying to 100 reps.
Did he get it?
He hit like 88.
Was it straight? Was it straight? Like he did straight, like not in sets of 10.
That's the goal.
How many he gets in?
I think he did 88. At least if everything's right, somebody fact check me, whatever. But I think he did 88. Because he was like, I'm training to hit the 100, and they said I couldn't do it. And then he went to that whole, like, I could do it.
Right.
100 reps. Ooh, shit.
That's a lot.
Yeah, like, man. I crumbled.
For me, for me, my training, it's kind of boring. Well, boring. Anyway, I was good. So, Monday, so I'm doing 6 days a week. Monday through Saturday. Monday, Wednesday. Oh man, I forgot. No, Monday, Wednesday, Friday is leg days. And I basically do I always squat. Monday, I would squat and then just do like extension RDLs, yada yada yada. Wednesday I squat and deadlift. And then Friday, I was just squatting with some accessory work. So I'm only deadlifting once a week at the moment because I'm not focused at deadlift is gonna be heavy emphasized next program, which starts next week. Because that's why I wanted to test this Saturday because this is the end of my summer program. So I moved to the fall, which is focused on legs. So it's gonna be heavy hang clean, deadlift and squat. But anyway, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturday is bench and then accessory work, primarily bench. And what I've been doing is at the end of that's how it was. I switched it a little bit. So the past few weeks, since we're really getting close to the 225 test, so I would always do a set of 10. Every time I do bench, I always do a set of 10, no matter what program I'm in, period. And over time, if you do sets of 10 at 225 or 230, if you do it every time you bench, eventually it gets easy, you can add 5 pounds. Yeah. So that's kind of what I did. I think earlier this year, so I digressed. I remember I told you that one time I digressed and whatever. So I did set to 10. I could barely do 225. So I was doing like 215. And then I got back into it, and I just every couple of weeks I'd add 5 pounds. So now I'm up to 265 for a set of 10. Oof. And so what I did is, since we're getting close, I would do 3 sets of 2 at 295. Nothing crazy heavy, something smooth, and just kind of warm. And then I do a set of 10 at 265, set of 10 at 245, a set of 10 or a burnout set at 225. So the first time it was like I got 11. Second time I got 12, third time I got 13. I think I did like 14 or 15 this past time I did it. But that's kind of how I've been training for it. It's just always either burnout set or doing that set at 10 at the end of bench and just every couple of weeks just trying to go up. So the goal, my end game of doing that though is to eventually do it every single time. So maybe a year or two down the road, I keep adding 5 pounds every 3-4 weeks or so. I'm gonna be at the point where I'm knocking that 300 for set of 10. That's how you get up there like that. Just SOS. So maybe 2 years. If I'm doing sets of 10 every time I bench, I'm benching 2-3 times a week. 2 years I could be to the point I'm 5. I'm at 315 now. Set of 10. But we'll see. My goal is 20.
225 for a set of 20.
That's my goal. It's to break the 20s because what was it 17 or 18 was my PR? It was 17, right?
I think 17 and a half. So
yeah, so I couldn't get that 18th rep. Yeah, so 17 and a half. So the goal, I think I'm stronger than I was then bench wise, but I don't know because I digress so much to where I don't know if I'm back where I'm at or if I'm, or right where I'm at or if I'm stronger. I'm not sure. But I could tell you I wasn't doing 265 set of 10. Now I wasn't doing the set of 10 at the end of my stuff. So I don't know if I could have been doing that.
Yeah.
But we'll see. We will see.
Should be cool.
But
I started working. I got a job. I'm in corporate now.
Oh yeah, tell them about the.
I tell them all the stuff, man. All the perks. The perks are nice. I'll admit, like corporate industry versus school. Like it's also I'm at a big corporation, so it's like a facility, like a campus.
Yeah.
We got gyms, we got cafeterias, we got basketball court, health center, all the basic stuff. You don't really have to leave once you get there.
Right.
So it's nice. I'm like, oh man, half the gyms are fresh. Don't nobody be in there. And people who are in there, they're not lifting heavy. They're like the treadmills, the stairmasters.
Right.
So it's almost
it's no bodybuilding.
Nah, it's like brand new equipment.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh man, this is a steal. And I'm just going to 24-hour fitness. And everything's like dirty. I'm just like, ooh, I know this is slimy. I'm touching it.
Yeah.
I can't do this no more. So I'm done with that. But the corporate life, cool, man. I still get to do some science stuff, still some physics stuff here and there. So research and whatnot. But, I say go for it.
Go for it. Yeah. Y'all heard it here. Let me on my phone. Yeah, I put this on Do Not Disturb. I'm gonna be upset if we get a phone call mid-podcast. But yeah, man, works for me. Oh, I don't know, dude. I told you I was working on that book. So, which I gotta address with people because I had said I was coming out with a book a while ago on the podcast. And I've been talking about this book, and nobody cares about the book, but I've been busy. I finished writing it forever ago, but I got to edit it now. And then I'd want to find somebody to send it to have them look over it, edit it, make it sound nice, add in stuff to make it sound all elaborate. And then I want to put it out. But I haven't finished it. I'm working on another book for all my games. My gym people out there, working on a book for you guys. We're going to do like some supplements and stuff. And then I'm going to come up with a finance book. So I got books dropping. Y'all stay tuned. I'm going to go on a book tour. So I'm going to do. Drop my book. I'm going to go across the country, sign 2 or 3 autographs per city, and go on a book tour. Well, you taking any stuff?
Nah, bro.
No subs?
I was taking creatine when I first got back to Houston after moving back. I was like, man, I bought this stuff and I was taking it for a little while, but then my creatine expired. And I was like, you know what? I just want to see how it goes. Just do it natural. It's different, man. It's like recovery's not as fast.
Well, yeah.
I mean, it was like, oh shit, I kept getting hurt for like the first part. So I was like peaked for too long. I was like, oh, shoot, I got to dial it down. So I dialed my workout plan back, and I got everything good. It's cool. Once you get like used to it, I feel good. Yeah,
body adapts. Yeah, it adapts. I've been taking. I don't cycle creatine. Some people cycle really get on and they get on. I've been taking creatine every day, probably 5-6 years straight. I'm on it. I'm on it. I feel, feel great. Besides my knees, but that has nothing to do with the creatine.
It wasn't like honestly, I just didn't feel like buying it. I mean, it's cheap. I just didn't feel like going to the store.
I get mine on Amazon. Well, what I do is I found my biggest thing when it comes to supplements, you got to find the right brand for you. I spent a good portion of my college career looking for the right brand. I didn't want to, because I found like some I like in this brand, but a different supplement I didn't like. I wanted to find one brand where I can see all my stuff instead of having different things here. because like some creatine, they got like the flavors and it's too chalky, or some protein powders don't mix well. So I scavenged the world. I found this brand called Nutricos, and that's what all this stuff over there. And I saw it, and I was like, it was pretty cheap. So I was like, oh, I'll give it a shot, because they have unflavored options. So you can make it flavored whatever you want. So you put your creatine in a Gatorade, it just tastes like the Gatorade because it mixes well. So it doesn't mess with the consistency of the Gatorade or orange juice, apple juice, where you want to put it in there. So I got unflavored creatine, protein powder, H&B. Ever since then, that's like the only brand I get. And since it's called NutriCost because it's nutrition for a cost-effective price. So like the creatine over there, I think it's 200 servings for, I think it's like $20 for 200. And I only use a scoop a day. So it's 200 days worth of creatine for $15. So yeah. So when I do buy it, I don't have to constantly, you go to Walmart or GNC, last a couple weeks, maybe a month tops, 25 servings. That's just, and I don't have to keep, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I like that brand.
I think it's good, man. Like feeling wise, I don't feel as big. Like get back off to I was working out here, I was on creatine and everything. Like I just feel more slim. But the strength wise, like overall strength is there. It's just the endurance. For me personally. So cool. I might get back on it. Let's see how I feel.
Yeah, you could just, well, there's creatine's found in red meat. So if you eat red meat, you eat creatine. So some people said just take creatine, they just eat a ton of red meat and fish do that. But I like this stuff, man. We are, for people that I don't know who doesn't know, but Deshaun Watson, 11 game suspension, $5 million. I don't know.
Man, you know what? As a Houston guy, I'm glad we finally moved on. It is so refreshing not having to hear every story every week about what's going on. That's the whole story stuff. That's a different thing. But just as a football team and a football organization, finally moving on. All right, now what's coming next? So we can start to look at what's new. Oh, thank goodness we got Davis Mills, who may or may not be, the long-term guy. But it's like, all right, at least we got some idea for the direction of the football team.
Right, yeah. So you can build from there.
Yeah. So cool.
Well, speaking of our teams, I'm not sure what Ty's gonna do here.
Man, y'all got rid of your boy, receiver.
Yeah. Best receiver first, I said. Since in the history of the franchise.
Yeah.
Now, I keep up with reporters for the Titans. They got a slot receiver, I believe it's a slot receiver, Kyle Phillips. Dude is saucy. So I'm interested to see how that's gonna work. And then we did pick up Robert Woods from the Rams, stellar. We still got Derrick Henry, obviously. We re-signed Westbrook. I forget his full name, but Westbrook and trying to think of was it a tight end? We got a tight end from the Broncos. No, that's not us. Anyway, we got pieces. I just don't know. We'll see, because I'm not sure.
I got a question, man. So do you think the window with Derrick Henry is gonna last long enough for y'all to put it all together again and make another run like y'all had?
Yeah.
How long do you think he's gonna last though? Not like body wise, I think he's fine, but the foot thing is a little suspect. That's body wise, the foot part of the body, but like up top and legs and everything, I think he's great. But foot issues, I don't know.
We don't have one foot.
Yeah.
Then, well, here's why I said it's gonna depend on the season. Yeah. If he comes back, some people come back from their injury better than they were before. Some people are never the same. So I'm not sure, but I will say I think he's gonna come out this season. If he comes back and rushes for 2,000 yards, but he'll be fine.
When he comes back, or if he gets older at some point, do you think he'll ever change his run style?
That one's tough.
Because he's so reliant on being, just physically dominant to everybody else. It's like, because he'd be like the elusive guy if he has to be. I mean, I'm sure he can, but at that,
he's shown flashes of him, making a quick move and getting out because he's also fast.
Yeah.
People forget. I believe I don't know what year this was, but he was the number one. He had the number one acceleration in the NFL. They track they have GPS in their past. He had the highest acceleration to his top speed in the entire. Might have been 2020. I don't remember when it was. So dude's got speed. But that'll be interesting. But I think because of how he's built, he's had a while before that comes up. But I don't know. That's a good point. But if you look at like guys like Jerome Bettis and Steven Jackson, they were just physically dominant guys that dominated for long periods of time without having to become a shifty guy. But I don't know. We'll see because it come down to his foot.
True.
If he now I saw he ran somebody over in practice today, so it looked like he's gonna be all right.
I think he'll be fine. But later on, just one of those questions. Man, once he started getting a little bit older, maybe if I was would I start practicing other stuff now?
He might be.
Yeah.
And he might be. So when he needs to use it, he can use it. I don't know. That's a good point, though. He can't. I don't care how he can't do it forever. At some point, he'll have to.
Because it's like the whole LeBron thing. He kind of switched his stuff around.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, he's definitely more of like he's more of a shooter now.
Yeah,
I mean, this dude's half court. He's half court.
He's just dunking on everybody. I'm like, man, he's bullying dudes out there. But I think it'd be cool to watch, man. I got a good team, some coach.
Kinda. Coach is great.
The coach is great. Y'all made like one questionable decision, probably about Texans questionable decisions, Dolphins, and those teams, the Browns. Y'all, I don't put the Titans in that same category.
Yeah.
Costume franchise decisions, like put them in the toilet.
But at least not recently.
Yeah, recent. Yeah.
We have had a history of, especially in the draft, some suspect decision making.
But I remember last time I came here, he was asking me about the Rockets, and I told you Christian Wood is not going to be on the team.
Did he get traded?
He's traded.
Where did he go here?
I think he went to Dallas for a bunch of role players.
I don't know where my iPad's at.
He got traded, bro. He got traded a while ago, like not too long after the season. And the people he got traded for, not trying to, diminish their careers or anything, but they're not. I gotta go get the iPad. Go get the iPad.
I don't remember what team he would have been on.
He should be with the Mavs, which they traded him to the Mavs. Ooh.
Was it the Mavs? Well, that's a win for him, isn't it? Maybe because Mavs, they were a competing team.
Yeah, they were competing. They just needed that extra piece. On paper, he would be that extra piece.
Right.
But personality-wise, I don't know if he'll be that extra piece.
I don't know how to spell this dude's name.
So, Seawood.
Oh, there it is. Yep, Dallas Mavs.
Yeah. And we got like 4 role players, nobody big name. But everybody's like, man, Rockets haven't been lately making a bunch of ridiculous trades, getting a bunch of nobody back. The James Harden trade was a whole big deal. We got him draft picks and kind of flipped him into nice stuff.
Oh, y'all got Boban for him.
Oh yeah.
The center. I think that's a solid move for the Rockets.
I think that's good. Veteran guy, helped the other folk out, but we didn't get like a haul for him. It's like, so how much information was not being shown about Christian Wood behind closed doors that these teams know?
Like off the court stuff?
Yeah.
There's no telling.
Why would the Rockets trade somebody to Dallas? It's not like the first place we typically would go, like rival cities at one point.
Oh yeah, they're same state. Yeah, down the street, kind of.
Yeah, up the street, 45 right. Both off close to it.
I'm interested to see how this whole NBA situation goes down.
What teams you looking at?
All of them, literally. Well, not all of them, but the vast majority of them, because they're keeping the play-in tournament. I have a problem with that. You're gonna keep the play. If you want to keep the play-in tournament because you want to extend the length of the, just open up the playoffs to the top 10 teams instead of the top 8.
Yeah.
Start it the same. Whenever you would start the play-in, you could just start the playoffs then and just have 10 teams in the playoffs, or just have all the teams in the playoffs and just have it based on seeding. Give the first 2 seeds the bye. You match up the second-ranked team with the 14th ranked team. Everybody gets in.
Man, how do you feel about kind of pivot? I think at soccer they do this. If your team's not good enough, you drop down a level. So say you're an NBA team, just like the Rockets, just for names. And if you're doing bad for so long, you drop down to the G League. And you have to play in the G League, become a top 3-ish or whatever team in the G League to be reinstated back into the NBA.
That would work.
Right.
That's interesting. I don't think that would work because getting to the NBA is already so hard. Like, not G League. If you're an established,
the whole team.
Yeah. No, but that's what I'm saying. But if you're an established franchise in the NBA, making it on that roster, period, is already so tough. That team would easily dominate the G League. That whole team would easily dominate.
Yeah. So if you have like the bottom 3 NBA teams get cut, and each year 2 teams get in.
I think that's too chaotic. That is way too chaotic.
It'll be wild. I don't know.
At that point, your league would have no stability. Well, I don't know because the G League's a part of the NBA.
Yeah, soccer's been doing this for a good minute, and the way they do it, like they say it boosts fan output when a team's right on the cusp of being in the NBA. So is that like a way to generate a bunch of money because everybody's like making that push to win this like pseudo tournament?
Mm.
I don't know.
I would vote against that.
Like the cut and dry NBA.
Yes, because when you're in the NBA,
but it eliminate tanking. You can't tank. Really, I mean,
oh yeah, because you get kicked out the entire thing.
Yeah,
yeah, but also if you have another way to eliminate taking, well, I guess it wouldn't necessarily eliminate taking. But another way to maybe counteract that, have all the teams in the playoffs. So even if you finish last, you still got a shot. And you have to go through the number 2 or 3 seed or whatever, but you still are you still make the playoffs. There is no not making the playoffs. Because then, it's like, I don't think there's a professional league that does that. But, like some high schools, some high schools or some divisions or whatever, everybody makes the playoffs, but you're playing in the season for your seeding. Because if you get in the first seed, you get an easier route to state or an easier route to the top. Now, I'm not saying they should do that. I'm just saying that's a better option than a play-in tournament. Because here's my thing with the play-in tournament. Just because this is how basketball's been. If you finish 8th, 1st through 8th, you're in the playoffs. Right? You have 82 games to get 1 through 8. Once the 82 games are over, or once mathematically, even if you went out, you wouldn't make it. Once you realize that, then, that's when people just stop caring. But if you make it, you make it. The problem with the play-in tournament, you can play 82 games, make the 7th seed, and you still have to play a tournament to secure a seed you already are.
Yeah.
That's my problem. You're the 7th seed, but now you got to play a tournament to be the 7th seed. You play 82 games to be the 7th seed, right?
It's almost the same thing, just different level. So instead of the playing tournament, you're playing it for the NBA. Now you're playing for the championship. You're playing the playing tournament for the playoff.
No, I get that, but the problem with that is you're talking about 2 different leagues.
Yeah.
We're just talking about playoffs. Yeah. We're just talking about just to play in the tournament. That's completely different than being kicked out of the whole league. Because if you get kicked out of the league, salaries change. Because the G League's not making the same as the NBA team. That is where it gets dicey. Salaries change, revenues change, your resources change. Because if you're Houston Rockets and you get kicked into G League, that Houston Rockets facility, you can't afford that anymore. No, well, you did, but you're not in the NBA anymore, so you don't have that money.
They're gonna get some tax break, but I feel you.
Like that's right. So that's my plan. It's if you're gonna do that, just open up 2 more because who all plays? So the 7th and 8th seed, it's the 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th seed play for the 7th, 8th, right? Which is ridiculous. If you're the 7th, 8th seed, you have to play for your seed. Well, if you're gonna do that, just make the playoffs 10 seeds. Bam. Problem solved. Because the people that are advocating for the plan, oh, it's more, they make more money because it's you still make more money if you just treat it as a playoff, right? If you sit it and if you just start it at the same time you start the plan, it's the same shit. And because here's another problem I have with the playing tournament. The stats you accumulate during that playing tournament, they don't count regular season, they don't count postseason. Because playing's not technically postseason. It's literally a limbo. So now it's like, now you have this whole statistical category of just the playing tournament. It's too much. Just make the playoffs the top 10 seeds.
Yeah. Playing tournament though.
Now, what I will say, I'm shitting on the playing tournament. What I will say is the year it was implemented, I completely agreed with it. It was fair because they started the season got locked down because of COVID like halfway through. So when the season got unlocked, they're going to finish the season. Well, now it's not fair to the teams that are out of the playoff picture because if you have 40 games, you can make a run and end up in the playoffs. But if you take that time away, they have no chance to make moves. Or if you're the 9th seed and you're a game behind the 8th seed, shit, you can end up 8th seed in 2 games. True. If they lose 2, you win 2. But it's not fair if you shut the season down. So I get that they gave 10 games or something before the play-in, and then they had a play-in tournament to have those bottom seeds. That was fair because they didn't play a whole season. Well, now we're back to 82. The play-in is completely useless. Or it can be done better by just expanding the playoffs to 10 teams instead of 8.
Yeah, when you put it on the stats, they really count.
Yeah, they don't count.
How do we know that? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I'd be a little mad. Like, man, I got all these great stats.
Right. Playing tournament, jumped 150 points. They don't go towards it.
Like, hey. Yeah, that's cold.
It's just weird. But again, if it's a part of the NBA now, it's nothing I can do about it. I'm still watch, but I'm still gonna complain about it. Oh, but yeah, sports. Love sports. Have you been doing jiu-jitsu at all?
Nah, I messed my shoulder up pretty bad a long time ago, a couple of years ago. I was like, all right, I'm gonna go back again. Then I messed my shoulder up again like 2 weeks ago. So like, I think I'm gonna switch to because I'm going to the doctor Monday. I finally got an appointment. I got insurance. I was like, man, I can't. So I'm gonna go to the physical therapist and all that crap. If it give me a shot or something, I don't know what they're gonna do. I'm not a physical therapist. But I'll see what they do. If it's cool, I might start back again.
Get in the boxing.
Yeah,
I feel like boxing is less stress on the shoulders.
I think that kickboxing, just regular boxing. It's like that, man. Once you open up the box and just MMA, you can't just go back to boxing.
Really?
Because it's so like, ooh, it's not that real. They can't use their legs.
Right. Yeah.
So the whole distance and everything from the range in which they fight. Not the same.
It's not real. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, then kickboxing.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably go back.
I want to get something like that.
Hold up, I ain't turn this AC on.
But
I got a paper in my door.
Oh, here it is. That asphalting. They're asphalting the apartment. What's it start? The 22nd. Was that Monday? Yeah, phase 3. Now I have to park all the way in the front and walk all the way over. I want to get the boxing, but
boxing is still cool though. Not saying it's not real. I mean, to a degree, you're taking one element out of the game, but it's still pretty cool.
But School's been good. Bro, speaking of school, so I sat down with my supervisor. So first of all, I haven't submitted my paperwork yet for my master's. You know, I finished it, I passed the exam, I haven't submitted it. That's what we're working on this summer, get submitted. Because you gotta get all these approvals. But I sat down and I was sitting down and I was looking at the classes I was taking and just making sure I'm on track, right? I looked, I'm supposed to graduate next spring. Our credit hour wise. So I'll be at 81 next spring. I was like, whoa, seems kind of fast. I'm not even close to like even starting my dissertation, right? And so I got to get myself submitted because if you get it submitted and apply for that master's thing, it takes away 30 credit hours. So it like resets my time. So I won't graduate till fall of or is spring of 2024, I think.
Yeah, the next spring. That makes sense.
Yeah, because I'm working on a paper now. We're planning on having that published next. I wrote it down somewhere. I'm planning on that published next spring, and then next spring of 2023 till spring of 2024 is I'm just working on straight dissertation paper and getting ready for my defense. Yeah. I don't know, dude. It's so weird. It's so weird.
Do you feel? I talked to a few of my other PhD friends. They kind of all in different spots. One guy, I've been cool. We started at the same time too. He dipped out, got a master's, and he said he might go back, but we're a little bit older. So he's the same age as me. So he's like, I don't know if I'm gonna go back. I don't know something. You know, it's like the whole commitment, money wise. Y'all don't make enough money. It's tough out there. Work industry life is so. It can be so comfortable, man.
Really? Dude, we got raises.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, it's like an extra $250 a month. You know, it's not bad, but I still can't live off of just my UTSA.
Yeah.
That's what, that's why I'm working. She does.
Yeah, bro, I'm out here. I'm a good life. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. It feel cool out here, bro.
No, I'm so ready to graduate.
I keep my cost of living is essentially the same for right now. So I'll probably keep this for a year just to stack up some money.
Right, because keep the cost of living. What are you doing? What's the plan with the house?
So starting a fund, house renovation fund, which is savings account for the house.
Right.
So I'm starting that. I bought a new refrigerator because our refrigerator had been out for a long time. So we had like lukewarm every day. And I'm like, how we living like we just had it's horrible. Like we couldn't get ice, nothing but freeze except one small section in the refrigerator, in the freezer, and then that stopped. I was like, I can't freeze nothing. So my lemonade, I had a laugh straw. I got so mad. It was, we had like 100-degree weather, back to back for weeks. I opened up, I poured a glass of lemonade. I was like, this is gonna be so great. And it was so just room temp. I was mad. I was like,
room temp lemonade.
And I would have threw the cup down if I want to clean it up. I'm like, man, what, screw this. I was like, I checked my bank account. I'm like, all right, I've been working at this job for a minute now. I can get a refrigerator. The refrigerators went up in price.
Oh, yeah. It's like they put all that technology in that.
I got the basic of the basic, and it still cost me $1,000.
Is that a big one? Like a full size?
Just like the top freezer, bottom, the classic one, the bottom door, but it's like big. Put a bunch of stuff in that thing.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Man, everything's expensive.
But I got a few other things I need to fix, renovations, all of that. But so maybe next year it could be cool. So I'm starting to look for a house at the same time next year. So,
are you gonna keep the house you have now? Or are you gonna sell it? You gonna rent it out? There you go.
I'm not living on the east side. Like if you're from Houston, and you know what that whole industrial side is like, versus like San Antonio, man, you come out here, the air is nice. Like my side, you walk outside, you can smell the air, like the chemical in the air.
Really?
Like, ooh, man, they're slowly killing us. Like they're
slowly but surely.
They legit are. It's like, you know what?
You gonna move north or west?
I'm still being Houston, so I'm debating. I want to move to a black neighborhood. Either one of the wards, they're trying to regentrify all the wards. It's a whole different conversation. So either there or Acres Home. If you're from Houston, you know, Acres Home is one of the largest Black communities in the South, just acreage-wise. Huge site there, or maybe Pearland. So that's, I don't know, you know, from Houston. So that's like near 3rd Ward is UOH, TSU.
No.
Yeah, anyway, it's close to the city, in the city.
Mm. Yeah, I'm not moving.
Oh, man, you got a bunch of stuff.
I have a lot of shit. But I told myself, so when I graduate, the plan is to move back to Middle Tennessee. Or the end game is to move back to Middle Tennessee. If I got to take some detours, like maybe I get an offer in Miami or offer, you know, I'll take some detours. But the end game is back to Middle Tennessee. But I was saying, if I end up getting, let's say, you just say like, hey, we'll hire you right out of the program, you know, postdoc or whatever. I'm not, if I stay in San Antonio, I'm not moving from this apartment until I know I'm out of town. I'm moving towns. Just because I'm not moving all this shit. Not again. Well, I didn't have all of this when I moved, but now it's even more.
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff, bro.
Unless they pay for movers, then I'll, you know.
They pay relocation fee for my job. If I was living on here still, they would have gave us a little stipend or whatever to relocate.
Yeah, that'll be, that I would do. But you know, if my job's, you know, if I stay in San Antonio, I wouldn't need to move unless it was like on the other side of town, and it would just make more sense to do that. Then I would, and if they were willing to pay just for me to move across the city, then I would do that. But I don't know, dude. I've been looking at Miami, or I've been looking at Florida. I kind of want to spend some time in Florida, just to say I did and see what it's like in Florida before I head on back to Tennessee. Great state, but
Florida's cool. I tried to go to Florida. Didn't work out. Still in Texas.
Florida, I see too many loose alligators. I don't know. I have mixed feelings about Florida. I see a ton of loose alligators. There's an old 7-year-old woman that got killed by alligator in that little, was she golfing or something? So, or some type of, I don't know, but 2 alligators tore apart.
Sounds about right.
And there's, you know, I saw a video today. This alligator was just on the ground, and it was trying to bite him. Dude, it was a small little alligator, maybe like 3 feet, 2.5. Picked it up by its neck, carried it, threw it into some water. I was like, I'm not trying to live somewhere where that's gonna be normal. Especially, yeah, man. You know, dogs, kids, like, especially about trying to raise kids. That's some shit some extra shit you gotta worry about. You don't have to worry about that in Texas.
You do.
Gators?
Yeah, East Texas. Once you get to Houston, that's when they get us.
Oh, okay. Houston, I get the job. I'm talking about San Antonio. There's a lot of
Gator. Yeah, I'll be kind of scared.
Yeah, I was like, oh, what's going on? They're mutating.
How did this get in?
No, Houston, I'm sure, because you got the.
Yeah, we brought on like we're a body city, so we were like, right at the beginning, like, oh, Gator territory,
right? Yeah,
Galveston, Louisiana, all the swamps.
Yeah, look, yeah, anything where gators are just could pull up your backyard like that. I don't know.
Supposedly someone found a gator a long time ago in my neighborhood. 90s after a tropical storm.
The storm like relocated the gator somewhere.
It's free food.
Oh, we're going hooping today too.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think we mentioned that. Woo! You ready?
Yeah. I scored a point. bro, I say this, and people, I'm like, oh, man, this bad. I'm like, man, you know, people see me on the court, and they looked at it, oh, man, this guy can play just because, you know, I'm athletic,
right,
I'm slim, kind of long. And, all right, let me guard this dude with everything. I'm like, oh, guys, you know, now.
They pull the defense.
Yeah.
Like, they own you.
Yeah, they don't give me a break. So I'm like, you know, I'm hooping for the first time at my job. There's some people up there, they see me, they're like doing the moves, and I'm like, well, come on, you not guarding this other guy. Like, he can open shots. Why y'all up on me? Like, you know what I'm saying? That's the deal, bro. The same thing happened in jiu-jitsu, man. Everybody like, oh man, this guy, I got to fight.
Oh, they eyeing you like, oh, I can't go hold back on. Yeah.
Like, bro, give me a break, man. I get tired too.
Shit. This would be the first time we hooped since pre-COVID, right?
Yeah.
No, we hooped after COVID. But outside court, right?
Yeah, we just
That wasn't really hooping though. Yeah, so this is the first time we hooped for us since pre-COVID.
Yeah.
2019. Oh, somebody had asked me. We'll get back to it. Somebody had asked me my experience as at UTSA, and I keep forgetting we only had one regular semester at UTSA. I forgot. It's been this whole COVID, half online, half in person thing since I got here.
Yeah.
I completely forgot. We only had one semester of hooping on Fridays at the Red. And then COVID was that spring. Well, we had a semester and a half because it didn't happen until spring break. But I was like, dang, I haven't really had an experience. I just go to the office, I go home. You know, grad school, we're older. You know, I got a life. I'm grown. I'm
trying to be that campus guy.
Yeah, like, you know, it's not like undergrad. Even when I was an undergrad, I was not. But it's not like I'm an undergrad trying to meet people. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm here to get my degree and get out.
True.
But yeah, the gyms out here, they're, well, I was gonna say they're chill, but it is a Gold's gym. But the Friday crew is chill. Don't nobody be doing all that shit talking. Most people that go on Friday, they're there just to stay in shape, and they love basketball. That's pretty much it. You don't got the guys in there with the egos that's out there trying to play for a 10-day contract. Like, there's not niggas like that out there. But so it's usually now every Friday. Now I tell you, it's always hard. Every now and then we'll have AAU rejects pull up thinking that they still got it, trying to end up on World Star. It's like, dude, chill out. I got work tomorrow with that shit.
That's how I feel at the job. We hoop Tuesdays at 5. I'm like, we outside. It's hot.
Yeah, chill.
It's already hot, bro. I'm not sure. I gotta be here tomorrow at a certain time.
Yes, I got work tomorrow, dog. But and then I'm gonna try not to go too hard because we got the test in the morning, and then we'll do the whole gym chronicles. Cause I remember one Saturday or one Friday night, I hooped super hard. I think I might have played 10 games. Jeez. Man, you know how hard it was that next morning? Because Friday nights I'd stay up playing Elden Ring super late. And we get up at 7.
Oh, yeah.
Basically. So you get up at 7 in the morning, I stay up till midnight, 1 a.m., get up at 7, you play 10, sore. My body's exhausted. Man, I get to the gym, I'm trying to warm up. I can barely warm up. I'm so tight. And even though basketball is it's basically legs and cardio, it still affects your bench numbers because your body's exhausted. So like that's why last week I didn't play. I played like 6 games, but I didn't play as hard. I just was like reserve myself. So last Saturday was fine, just because I didn't like destroy myself at the gym. But yeah.
It should be cool, man. I haven't hooped. I started hooping. So this will be my 3rd game this morning.
All right now.
I think I'm back. I think I'm back in shape.
You'll meet this one dude named Kim. If it's me, you, and Kim, we'll be straight. Because all he wants is he just wants people that play defense. So
that's all I can still play D. I'll block a few shots.
I know you will. Dude, heavy at the rim.
That's all I got. That's all I can do.
Them long ass arms.
Man, I hit that boy a few shots. People don't realize how long my arms are.
Yeah.
It's kind of misleading. They're like, oh, shoot.
They're like, oh, snap. Yeah. But yeah, man, we got enough chemistry. But that's all I got, man. Rest up. We got about an hour 15. All right. Y'all heard it here on the Strib with my guy Xavier. Y'all stay tuned for the YouTube. We're gonna hit Gym Chronicles and we'll show you guys the PRs we're gonna hit. All right, we're out. We'll catch you guys next time.
I'm gonna chase my dreams, my